Bryant Park by Katherine Costa.
Bryant Park was set up as a public space in 1686 by the Governor of New York. The Croton Reservoir was built there in 1839, which was 50 feet high and 30 feet thick. In 1846, the space adjacent to the reservoir was designated as a park named Reservoir Square. Then it was renamed Bryant Park in 1884 to honor William Bryant, who was the editor of the New York Times. In 1897, the reservoir was torn down, and in its place the New York Public Library was constructed. This building, built by John Carrere and Thomas Hastings, enhanced Bryant Park with a terrace behind the library. The park suffered neglect, but the park was redesigned as a Great Depression public works project by Robert Moses. The park had new additions after its redesign, including additional hedges and an iron gate. The iron gate separated the park from the rest of the city in attempts to make it more safe and appealing to the public. However, the design was unsuccessful, and the park just became even more run down and was in a terrible state by the 1970s. A redesign and restoration was privately funded by the year 1988 and had begun by the Restoration Corporation with Dan Biederman as the leader. The goal here was to open the park to the city more, or the streets, and also to encourage people to take part in activities going on there. Biederman's plan was to clean up the park by removing graffiti, repairing the plants, and providing security and safety for the park. His main goal was to fix the park's problems simultaneously, instead of piece by piece, which was the process of redesigns in earlier years. Architects Hannah and Olin worked the project and redesigned the front of the library on Fifth Avenue. The terrace had much of the same problems that the park had. Also, there were new entrances issued in the park, and they increased the visibility from the street. Two effective additions that Biederman also added to the park were movable chairs, and he decided to lower the park. The park was now lowered to nearly street level, which was very effective. It has a French garden design, and when it finally opened in 1992 to the public, it drew immense praises.